I've lived in Pinole Valley for 18 years with my family. When Station 74 was opened, I was thrilled. I'm very unhappy that the services have been cut there.
I think we have to remember, and I'm very pleased that so many people from the public are here tonight. My question is, where have you been for the last year when we've been here on workshops discussing the budget and where's the bloody money coming from? You show up tonight, but where have you been for a year?
Good evening, Mayor and Council and public. I've lived here over 34 years, and I heard about the Browning out about a month ago, and I was very dismayed about the whole thing.
Alan Dorsey.
Hi. Excuse me for being a little nervous, and I don't have anything written down this time. You know, last time I was here, I talked about getting the word out, getting the public down here. And a few people ago, there was a lady who got up here and she was talking about things being mean and nasty, and where were all these people a year ago when all this was being talked about? That leads exactly back to what I was saying. The public didn't know. You know, you guys are down here and you're talking about it and everything, and there's newspaper articles and stuff, but, you know, maybe you should consider some sort of resolution when it comes to cuts in public safety, because it is very important to people. Police and fire and even public works, they're all essential elements to keeping the city going. But especially when it comes to police and fire, if you guys are considering prioritizing the services, because I know that, you know, she talks about not having the revenue to keep the station open. I know with priority-based budgeting that you can cut the slices of the pie in different sizes, and you do that according to the priorities you put on that service. So, you know, maybe you need the public input when you start cutting up that pie. You know, with the size of the pie you gave the fire department, you don't have the revenue. That part of what she said is true. But that doesn't mean they had to get that smaller piece. You know, but anyways, what I want you to do is maybe mail notices to people. You know, make sure that everyone knows, because, you know, these people, I'm sure most of them didn't even know the station was closed. You know, and that answers to what the lady who was up here before complaining about where everyone was. You know, it's because people didn't know. You know, I think they're becoming aware, and I want, you know, it'd be smart for you guys to probably keep them informed. Try to get them involved and down here so they can have some input.
We're always struggling to get the word out, but believe me, mailing is pretty costly through the city.
Yeah.
So that would probably take another 7,000, maybe not quite that much, 5,000 or so.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're still weighing that, but we appreciate what you're saying, and we understand it is a problem.
Right. Yeah, and I understand the funding restrictions on the mailing, you know, but there's got to be a way that we can.
We're working on we appreciate that. We do recognize that.
Yeah.
We purchased our first home in the hills above Pinole Valley Road, and it's, for us, it's our dream home. And it's surrounded by these grassy wildland hills, and literally surrounded by, we look up at them. And the potential for fire in those hills, as much as we love them, we recognize that there's a great concern there, that we need to be aware of it. And knowing that there was a fire station not far, you know, that could likely respond within minutes to any fire in those hills, was a huge comfort for us, and really actually played into how we, you know, made our decision to purchase our home in the area. So the idea of it, you know, not being available at certain times is discomforting, and I hope that we can find a solution for that. So, also just wanted to say that I'm here tonight because I received this notice under my doormat, and that's the only reason we knew anything about it, be that our fault or not. That's why we knew about it. I would be happy to personally place notices under people's doormats if that's what it took to get people to meetings, because
we have.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Chief Parrott, you've always helped us. out in Pinole Shores. I must say that the only reason I knew about this, because I live in Pinole Shores, is someone was kind enough to put a few posters on our signs, on our street signs, when I saw it taking a walk today. Otherwise, I wouldn't have come. I had no idea that the station was being closed part of the time, and it's very upsetting to me. Public safety is the most important thing there is. So we need both fire stations. And I wanted to tell you that. And you do have my phone number.
Thank you, Lorraine.
Thank you.
But I know that if people knew what was going on, where you're going to close down the station, they would definitely respond. And you have not reached out to the public like you should have. There are so many ways to reach out without spending a dime. You have people, you have resources right in this room. People have gladly said, I will help. 80% of the general fund is spent on safety. If need be, it should go to 90%. And that's, I'm sure, how people feel. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Mayor and City Council members. I did not know about this meeting tonight. I knew that we were having a brownout at our fire station, which is 2 blocks from my home, but I received a small flyer. We came to the wonderful, we make the concerts every year, and Tom Rigney was our favorite. He was fantastic on Thursday. And then we bring our grandchildren here to the movies on Friday night. And that's when we had a handout on our vehicle when we left to come home. I first came to Pinole looking for a home in 1967, and I went out in the valley, and there was the Silver Development Company, and I had direct negotiations with Boyd Stevens, Ray DeGennaro, and Jack Burns. Jack Burns later became my neighbor for many years on Alhambra Way. And they assured me that there was going to be a fire station in the valley, that it was in the works, that it was a vision. And we bought our home under those circumstances because, like the lady pointed out, we're high on a hill and it's a fire hazard. 35 years later, we got our fire station, and were we happy to have it.